over the last several years that change how consumers interact with brands. Obviously, the broad digitization of information allows consumers to interact very differently with brands. And we also see this fragmentation approach happen. So when you can start to take digital information, you can divide it up and you can segment it and you can speak to niche markets, you get a much more relevant conversation. So we see that starting to take place.
We talk about the Internet of Things today, but in 20 years, it'll be just the Internet. We're not going to call it the Internet of Things because the Internet will be widely deployed. This network will be widely deployed across a number of objects, and then it will start to inform the type of services that we have. And really, I think when you look at things at a very fundamental level, when it's digitized, the entire experience changes. When we connect it, when we add sensors, the entire experience as we know it fundamentally shifts.
We do a great job of looking in the past. How many steps did I take? What happened during the day? In the future, 10 years from now, will become much more predictive. They'll pull in your calendar, which is also digital. They'll look at your bed, which becomes digital and has information. Chairs will be able to convey information. They'll pull all of this together and they'll say, hey, we see all of these things moving forward, and it's suggesting this. We don't know for certain, and I think we'll start to live in a world of probability. There's an 85% chance that this is going to happen. There's a 74% chance that this will happen. And all of these things will start to make recommendations. The more things that we digitize, sensorize, and connect, the better that these predictive engines will become. When your vehicle is autonomous, you don't need a steering wheel, you don't need seats that face forward. You can do anything you want in that vehicle. You could put beds, you could put couches, you could put a hot tub, it's a fundamentally different experience because of those building blocks. And so you can change everything. And I think if you're in an experience industry, you need to think about how that experience changes once it becomes connected and digitized and sensorized.
Information that was already there, but wasn't being readily used. And it's really those last 3 points, the digitization, the sensorization, and the connection that I think really drive us forward into the next decade.
Virtual reality, clearly a big trend to watch. What's happening in the automotive space and autonomous vehicles is still a growing area. Wearables is exploding.
Right.
Just the growth in that category alone is bigger than a lot of shows are.
Right.
So there's phenomenal growth happening all over the show floor.
Most of you are probably familiar with Square, the little credit card reader that you could plug into an iOS device. Originally printed on a 3D printer at a tech shop in San Francisco. So that initial Square design, the comfort, how it fits in the hand, even the weight, because you can now start to control how the density of the printing. You can start to feel how these devices fit in your hand.